everyone. Thank you for joining us here at re:Invent. I'm Betty Zheng, a developer at WCAT and AWS. I'm very happy to be here with my co-speaker, Trista Pan. She's AWS data hero, and he's a senior AI engineer from Orchestrate. Trista, please introduce yourself to everyone here, please.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. This is Trista. So I'm the AWS data hero because my previous background actually is about the distributed database stuff. But recently year, I found that maybe AI agent is a good way to leverage AI capability and data to create your AI agent. So that's why now I take care of the AI agent stuff at Trade. Yeah.
Yeah, as Trista said, our topic today is building production agent swarm, mastering industrial AI. The idea behind the talk is simple. AI has moved beyond the chat. Today AI system can plan, cooperate, and fix real complex problems. Just we work with a team of engineers. Yeah, so today we're here to show you how to build them. Okay, here's our agenda for today. First, we will talk about why agents matter, why they are different from normal large language model applications, and why more and more teams are moving to agentic system. Then we will explain how agents work. We will break down the architecture, the workflow, and the key components inside an agent. Next, we will look at safety. Production system need clear rule and safe execution path. And we will show simple patterns you can use today. By the end of the session, I think you will have a clear full picture of how to design and run agent system in your production environment. Okay. Now let's go into our first topic: why agents matter. Today, AI applications are everywhere in China. We see them in search engines, office tools, social apps, and even in restaurants. For ordering food or writing reviews. Some apps even use large language model for fortune telling. And please look at me. I'm wearing AI-powered glasses. Yes, they can show me an entire slide deck inside the lenses. They can help me to improve my spoken English, and I think I can stay in connection with all of you better today with it. Okay, so yes, AI applications are now everywhere and extremely powerful, I think both in China or globally. But we heard many customers told us a single modern core isn't enough for real work, and then agents start to shine in many production environments. Agents act as a tools for large language model. It's just early human discovering better tool. Maybe the stone. So the humans' brain didn't change, but what human could do changed dramatically. So agents make model, plan, take action, and solve complex tasks. So with agent, we move into agentic AI agent. We engage AI model beyond the chat. We have a team of engineers in the production since then. So Trista, I know you work with your team, use agents in production today. So to explain why agents matter, let me hand it over to Trista.
All right, please. Yeah, so I guess most people, before we saw this image, actually it's from a paper. It's about AI agent. So today, I guess it's a very good point. Get it started. So when we talk AI agent, because I don't know, maybe in our audience, we have some beginner, we have some professional one. But when we talk AI agent, I guess most people will think about the ChatGPT. I guess it's a good one because that's the first way we learn about the AI agent stuff. But actually, such kind of the AI agent just to focus on the content generation, right? So you ask a question and he'll content your answer, that's it. But gradually we found that maybe AI agent can do more. That's why when you now use ChatGPT, they can help you do some of the like the web search stuff or like web scraping stuff. So it's really like this image. We have the AI agent. You can see a chatbot, and the user talk with the chatbot, and chatbot will use some of the model, like AWS model or OpenAI model, and do some of the reasoning and planning stuff. And it's really like a person think about how can I answer this question, or maybe I take some action to solve such a problem, right? When they have such a plan, and then they will consider, okay, now I can just give your answer, or I need to take some of the actions. So now we talk about like the MCP server stuff. Actually, it's all about like the action tool workflow stuff. Therefore, you found that AI agents now can just do some of the generation stuff. They can help like the book your hotel or do more, especially in some industries. For example, one of the most popular AI agent is the customer support, right? So that's why maybe I can share some of the demo to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Later on, I will share some demo about the AI agent. But now, when we talk that how to create a very decent AI agent, we need an infrastructure, right? So that's why we have this architecture here. On the top one, we have the model. It's like the model as a service. For most people, they will choose the model vendor, or you can just pick the one of the popular open source model and deploy it locally. That's fine. So you have the model. That means you have a brain, right? Agent brain. They can help you reasoning or planning stuff. And second one about the AI agent building platform. We need some the scaffold to help us quickly to create your AI agent, right? So for most of the popular like the LangChain or Lambda Index or like AWS Strat or like some the NAN, right? Such kind of platform, their role is to help us to have such the scaffold or framework to create such the AI agent. But for most of the framework, they have the following the components that are very important for us to create the AI agent. The first one is prompt engineering. Second one, it's like MCP server or plugin stuff. And third one is workflow. It's always about your business logic. Because for different scenarios, actually, you have different logic, right? Like the book a hotel or write a paper, they have different workflow, right? And then we have the knowledge base that most people will hear that the RAG, right? Retrieval, generation, right? Retrieval, right? Augmented generation, right? So I think that the knowledge base, that's the key point, because we gradually found if we really want to create a very great AI agent for our customer or end user, our AI agent needed to know more about our company, know more about the business. So if you ask ChatGPT, for example, if I'm a yoga mat vendor, right? So I asked ChatGPT, could you introduce some more about my yoga mat? ChatGPT know nothing about me, so they cannot give you an answer. So that's why we need to use RAG or knowledge base to let our AI agent have a lot of like the memory or the knowledge about my company. So therefore, I can deliver such a good AI agent to my end user or customer, right? Yeah, so now we have a lot of the framework or like the open source framework or SDK can help you do such stuff, right? So that's very important. But actually, AI agent building platform or the model as a service, that's all about how to create or develop AI agent. But once you create an AI agent, the next part about how to operate it. So I guess, before the AI era, we will talk about like the DevOps stuff, right? About the cloud computing. Actually, AI agent is just a kind of software. So if it's software, when we put it on production, then we need to consider how to operate it, guarantee availability, do some observability stuff, right? So that's why, when we create an AI agent, the next topic is about how to operate it. Therefore, we can see it's like an AI agent DevOps stuff. So on the right one, it's about the security stuff, because from my experience, I created a lot of AI agent for my customer, and gradually I found some malicious, and either you don't know, right? They will ask some like the malicious questions about your AI agent, and they want to steal some like the prompt stuff or your privacy, right? So that's why when you do some like the access control about our AI agent, so you can create an AI agent, operate it, guarantee the security stuff. Then that means you will have a lot of the enterprise applications, or we call AI agent, for your business. So that's why I gave this architecture. When you want to create your AI agent, please give a look at it. It'll give you your insights about how to give more attention to which topics. Yeah. And here I gave 2 demos about AI agent. The left one, it's a very popular one. It's just the customer support. Let me show. Right, so you can see here, I just created this the one vehicle vendor or reseller web page. So generally, we will have such an AI agent when I ask about, hey, could you tell me how about the Model Y, because I'm interested in this car, so you have such the car can sell to me. And then this AI agent will do some the semantic search. Although maybe there's no voice, I don't know. So it will show you a lot of the details about my product, right? So you can see here, when we talk AI agent now, we just use the test stuff, but gradually we found maybe we can use the voice, maybe we can use the vision to do the AI agent stuff. So that's a very popular case for most of the AI agents. And the next one is the trait troubleshooter. So you can see here, because why we want to create such the a troubleshooter AI agent, because we found we deliver our product to customers' environment, and now we need to guarantee the SOW, right? But we found we spend a lot of the human resources, time, to help people to locate their question or their problem pinpoint and to fix them. It really costs a lot of time, and plus, most of our customer, the local customer, they hope that we provide the 24/7 hour support for their environment. So we cannot do such stuff, right? But we hope that they can satisfy our product. So I always think, okay, maybe we can create them the AI agent, this troubleshooter. So when our customer, they raise a ticket on the Jira, and this AI agent will pull down the content of the Jira ticket and analyze it, and to request, do some queries about our menu or runbook or QA stuff, right? QA repo, and then they will give some of the solutions to our customer. So therefore, the customer can quickly get the solutions and to test it. And our next release, we will consider to this AI agent to connect to some of the MCP server. So that means this AI agent is not just to deliver the solution to the customer, and we will help our customer to log in their production environment, right, and to help to fix it. So you can see here, it's not just about the content generation stuff. It can really do some actions to really fix some issues, not just like our customers to copy paste this command, and they ran all the command on their product and give us the feedback, and we will iterate again and again, right? So I guess that will be perfect for the AI agent case. Yeah, so now we have some of the demo case, and we have the architecture about how to create the AI agent, and we will dive into each part, like the prompt engineering or the how to pick up a good framework for most of the people, because actually AI agent, it's not obscure like the topic, right? Because it's really like how understand the people's pinpoint and then leverage AI model capability to create a software or deliver a solution. So here I gave this framework because the first one we need to pick one of the framework, right? So the left one, it's really for some the business people or like the data analyst or the marketing people, because for all that the roles, they have no engineer background, so they don't like the coding stuff. That's why we recommend such the low-code platform to help them to create the AI agent. And so you can see here, generally, if you like the left one is an AN or other open source projects, there are so many. So for most people, they don't need to do a lot of coding stuff. They can just like drag draw some node and to use the connection stuff to create your business logic there, right? For all of the open source local platform, they have a lot of building capabilities or building nodes, right? So you can see the left one, they have lots of kind of nodes, the LLM nodes or knowledge retrieval nodes or multi-agent nodes or if else that stuff. So therefore, you can just draw your business logic there and use some of the building capabilities to create your AI agent. Actually, for most people, it's a good start here if you don't like do some coding stuff. But here, there's a question that because we use this platform, we drag draw, we do not do some coding stuff. So that means you can just only pick the tools from this platform. So if your case is very complicated and you need to use some connectors, there's no such connectors, you need to come back to coding stuff because such open source platform, currently they do not provide the capabilities you like, right? So, but I know for some of our colleagues, they like this because they can just do some the demo for their customer, right? Because sometimes we do some POC for a customer before they decided to buy, right? So they will use such open source platform to do some demo. It's very easy, very efficient, and don't need to such complicated on production ready solutions. So that's a good one. But actually, for most of the developers, they will prefer the coding stuff. Currently, we have a lot of the open source SDK or framework for you to pick. It gives us the most flexibility. You can do everything here, but that means you need to code it, build it, deploy it, maintain it, right? So it's a software. So everything about software, the dev stuff, you need to do by your team or by yourself, right? But you can do everything here. You have the most flexibility, right? So that's the pros and cons of different framework. I mean, you can just based on your cases to pick one of them. Yeah. And next one, once you decide which framework or open source project you need, and that's one we need to pick the model, right? So I guess most people will think, okay, so therefore just to pick one of the most popular model or free model, right? But even the same model, for different scenarios, you also need to adjust some parameters for your case. Because, like take an example here, when you do some I hope this AI agent can help me do some the paper writing stuff, right? So that means everything, the generation stuff need to strict. Everything is based on the facts, right? You cannot do some creativity stuff, right? So, but if you ask this AI agent, could you tell me a story or write a poem to me? So that means this AI agent need to friendly and have a lot of creativity here and give us some imaginative the content, right? So you can see here, even though it's the same model, but your case is different. That means the parameter, when you do some adjust to make it fitting for your case. So actually, it's a long parameter list there. I just pick one of them. For example, the temperature. or the top K or top P that will decide, like I said before, make the content generation more imaginative or keep more coherent, right? Or for example, the max token stuff, you need to control how long the generation or the answer is. Or like the frequency penalty, you hope your AI agent to give the answer every time they keep the same, like repetitive. Or no, you hope that each time the answer is fresh. So different the scenarios maybe need different parameters. So I just here give some of the cases because we have no enough time to introduce them one by one, right? Yeah, so the next part about the multi-agent system, maybe Betty can introduce more about this part.
Yeah. Thank you, Trista. Trista showed us how to choose and tuning large language model in a real project. But as we know, we often work with more than one models in our production environment because different models have a different strengths, like Trista said. Maybe some one are best at content creation and other one is good at the video or picture generation. So we need a simple way to call this model or switch between them and test them, and without writing a lot of boilerplate code. Yes, this is where I think AWS student agent shining and comes in. Yes, student agent is an open source SDK from AWS. It makes the easy way to build agent workflow and multi-agent system with only a few lines of code. With Student Agent, you can call models through Bedrock, Light LLM, or direct API core if you want full control. Yeah, there are two code examples on the slide. On the left, you can see we load a Bedrock model. On the right, you can see we use the Light LLM for another model. But both of these code are very short, clean. Yes, so Student Agent handle the complexity for you. You can focus on your logic, and sometimes it's because it's open source, so you can extend it with your own tools and integrate them into your own system easily. So if you want a simple and flexible way to work with multiple large language models and build agents faster, I think Student Agents give you a great starting point. Okay, I know. I think if you build this your multiple Student Agent, you can choose another tools or another platform for your multi-agent system. I think including Bedrock itself. You know, Bedrock is an AI platform to help you build your AI application on it. If you are AWS builder, Bedrock Agent Core, I think, can give you the easiest way to build a production-grade multi-agent system. But I think, for more developers, we need open source because we can use open source to integrate our different environments. So open source tool like Student Agent can offer more flexibility in different production environments. Well, we have known how to build agents. Now let's look at how to connect multiple agents and take them together, work together. Yeah, so pass to you.
Yeah. All right. So, because I know most people now consider maybe we can use some of the multi-agent for your scenarios, but from my experience, my suggestion is that to start from the single agent. Because now when we talk the workflow or talk the single AI agent, actually we are talking the second one. It means when we create a workflow, that means you know everything. You know your business logic is always follow such kind of workflow. But For some of the cases, actually, it's not. For example, we have a company, I'm a director, right? And each time we will develop a different products for our customer. So that means each of the requests, we will have different workflow for each of the requests. Maybe the first time you need the business people to help us, that's it. Or second one, maybe I need the product team or test team, developer team. So you can see here, it's the dynamic. You cannot just create your workflow at the beginning. It's the static. So that's why now we'll consider maybe we can use the agentic agent. Each request is a dynamic. And each of the time, our AI agent first to reason. Okay, so maybe this time we just need the 3 departments, the product department, developer department, and the test department for this request. That's it. Or next one is another story. So that's why we actually have a lot of paper, do some of the research about this part. But it's a very complicated because you can see here, if you have the different departments, you have different agents, then you talk with each other. So how do they talk with each other? Generally, first, the model that I have a router. I'm a director, I'm a router. I will get each of the departments, they just talk to me and listen to my guide. And I'm the reasoner, I will do everything about planning stuff. The second model that, no, there's no the single direct there. Everyone, they talk with each other, right? It's the interaction stuff. So therefore, it's a distributed system here, especially for your production environment. So the question now is, it's how to guarantee the the consistency, availability, and partition tolerance, that stuff. It's a distributed system. If the internet this time is broken, so how can I guarantee that the message delivery stuff? So that's very complicated. But maybe one day we can really make it on the production environment. But currently, I guess if your case is not so complicated, maybe you can just try the workflow or static one. Even though for the workflow or static one, you also can use the multi-agent there because it's a workflow for each of the nodes. The node can be an agent or the node can be an LLM. For example, you remember the customer support that the AI agent I showed you before, right? That's a multi-agent workflow. So why is the multi-agent? Because I will consider the end user, they will not just ask about the vehicles question. They will just do some the chatting stuff. Hey, what's the weather? Do you know, can you introduce more about the Las Vegas, that stuff, right? So therefore, actually, that's the AI agent. I have 2 AI agents. The first one is for chat, random chat, I don't know. The second agent is for professional car recommendation. And I just use the workflow to connect the different car and do some if else. If this end user asks about the weather stuff or just want to talk with me, then go the chat agent. But if they ask me about my cars, about my product, please go the professional car recommendation agent. And then I merge the results and give the final result to my customer. So you can see it's a static workflow, but it's still a multi-AI agent, right? Yeah, so in order to create the multi-AI agent system, actually we need a lot of the tools or workflow. I guess Betty can introduce more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Trista. I will talk more about strength agent. Now we have seen how the why multi-agent system works so well. Let's look at how agents make this practical. Strength agents support a few ways for agents to work together. One is orchestrate model. One agent leads. It assigns tasks to other agents and collect the feedback from them. Second, we usually see the swarm model. There is no leader, but agents work together. They share ideas and pass results to each other. I always saw graphic-based agent. You can connect agents like flow. Each agent handle one part of the process. We also can see the full workflow or pipeline step by step. Multi-agent task. Each stage is handled by different agents. That all we usually see in when our build the multi-agent work together and certain agents support all of them. But I think besides that, certain agents also give us a full set of tools and ready from day one. I know many developers love them, including me. Yes, you can see I list some tools in the slide, but it is not the full tool list. This list maybe update per month. I like this says, for example, the share tool. Agents can run safe system commands. We can run and code the code from the shell environment. I like the HTTP tool. Agents can call APIs with authentications, and we can use AWS native tools. Agent can access services like Amazon S3, AWS EC2, and DynamoDB, and others like logging and memory tool. You can track what agents think and what they do. So I think the benefit for these tools, because we can use this tool directly, we can integrate them into our own system, and we can build them, we can use them without build everything in AWS. So that is why we love it. Okay, we talked about the tools. Now let's see how agents can level up their ability with MCP. MCP is a very hot topic. I think whatever in China or globally. So Trista, back to you.
Okay.
Introduce
All right.
more.
So MCP server, it's really a good one because it designed the protocol. We use the tools for the AI troubleshooter, to treat the AI troubleshooter in this case. You can, like I introduced before, if we have no MCP server, we have no tools, that means my AI agent, my troubleshooter, just generate the solution or tips to the end user. So that means the end user gets the solution. They need to copy paste my command to their environment and try to fix the issue. So you can see here, my AI agent just gave the solution, gave the guide, but do nothing, right? So it looks like I'm a human. I need to listen to AI agent, but I need to do everything by myself. So then, but if we have the tools or a lot of MCP server or the Kubernetes server here in the troubleshooter in this case, so therefore, my AI agents not just generated the solution or just to tell the end user, hey, I don't think your input is enough. So could you give me more logging, help me to analyze your issue, right? So at this time, our AI agents will not just give such answer. They will help user to log in users' Kubernetes environment and to pull some logging here and to analyze the logging and to give the commands. And this AI agent will use MCP server to come back to customers' environment and copy paste its generated command and to see the issue is fixed or no, right? So that's why we need this AI agent not just to do the content generation or give me some tips. They will use their tips, their solution to help user fix their issues on the production environment. So I guess, MCP server is very good. And about the MCP tag part, I guess, Betty, you will have more
Okay, thank you, Trista. Yes, about MCP. Yes, Threat Agent also works smoothly with MCP. Threat Agent supports to MCP server access way, and both are very simple for developers. First is the local model. It runs the MCP server as a small sub-process of stdio. It's very fast, easy to debug, and great for local deployment. Second is the remote model. It runs the MCP server of HTTP. This works better in production, where tool and data live on remote infrastructure. So on this slide, the code sample shows us how easy the remote model is to use. At the top, we create MCP client of streamable HTTP. There is no, you can say there is no network requirement and transport code required. In the next block, we call function of list tool sync to fetch all tool available on the remote MCP server. The agent doesn't need to know the tool ahead of time. And at the bottom, we pass this tool directly into our Threat Agent. The agent gets full access to everything the MCP server provides. So Threat Agent hides all the complexity. You just choose local or remote model, and Threat Agent does the rest. This flexibility, I think, lets you start local, scale to remote, and keep the same agent code. Okay, now we have seen how Threat Agents make MCP integration simple. I think whether the MCP server run local or remotely. Next, let's look at how agents use your enterprise knowledge. You know, this is very important part because I think good high quality data makes our support much more effective or much more smart. So Trista, over to you. I think as a AWS data hero, you bring a lot of experience here.
Yeah. So remember our first image about architecture, right? The most of the part is about the rack stuff. It's about your data, about your knowledge stuff. Because I found when I create the AI agent, the data actually is the number one question because for most of the companies, they have no very good quality the data for working at the rack system for your AI agent. So generally, because actually we have the two types of the data here. The first one is like your PDF, your words, your slide stuff, right? You don't need to update it frequently, right? But for some like the business or trading that data is like your database or big data system, right? So they will update your database or your table like the TPS or QPS, 1000 TPS or QPS stuff. So for two types of the data, actually for most of the customers, they need both working for your rack system. So how do we handle them to make them feeding for your AI agent or for rack system? Here it's a workflow for most the enterprise data, the static one and the dynamic one, the MySQL, PostgreSQL, or MongoDB, that stuff, right? And then we also need to do some like the first review your data. Because for some of the business, actually they have no clear metadata or data orchestration in their company. So actually you need to do kind of the ETL or mandate orchestration stuff for your AI agent because, for example, you don't care about it. You think, I have a lot of data, just to put everything into your AI agent. It works? Yeah, it works. But the first one, your context window is limited, right? The second one, your AI agent will feel confused about the inputted knowledge. It's really like a person. today you just teach me the math, the next day you teach me the coding, the third one you teach me the English, that stuff. So I don't know like how to fix your issue. They feel confused. So that's why we need to try our best to pick the correct and simple and clean data for our AI agent. So therefore, you can see it's actually a data orchestration issue here. So if for your company, actually you do good about your data orchestration in the previous era, that's good. But if you didn't do that stuff, then you need to come back this issue. Yeah, so generally, we will use the vector DB. You know that embedding stuff, you have the document PDF, you trunk it and embedding it, put it in your vector DB, do some semantic search, that's enough. Yeah, so for some of the simple cases, it's okay, worse is good, and especially for some of the static data. But actually, for the enterprise AI agent, they will found some of the data they come from the database, or the data is scattered, right? Data scattered. So in order to give the accurate answer, you need to acquire the data from the different storage or from the different places. So therefore, we will use the hybrid search. That means I will use the vector DB to get some data, and then I will use the natural language to SQL to query data from database. And then maybe I will use natural language to API or to domain language to get data from some of the data service. And now I have 3 parts of data, right? And I will use a hybrid search, like use some of the re-ranker model to merge the stuff, right? Because we have 3 parts of data. I need to pick which part. So I will use the re-ranker model or use the hybrid search to guide the final ranking, the results, and working for the RAG, right? So that's why if for some of the simple cases, you trunk it, embed it, do some semantic search, that's okay. But for some, I guess for most of the companies, because their data now is in the database, so you need to use some like the NL to SQL or NL to DSL to do some query. But actually, for such cases, I guess you can now do some of the business intelligence BI stuff, because for the BI case, you hope the answer is exactly 100% correct. But actually now, at this point, NL to SQL or NL to DSL cannot guarantee each of the time, or 100% they will give you the correct answer. So you need to consider, the trade-off, the correct, or you hope get the answer. So I guess for most of the cases, they can do some trade-off, because not each of the cases about the BI case, about number, calculate your the revenue stuff, right? Yeah, so because today our talk is the common topic, so I cannot give you specific issues, answers or the suggestion for your case, but I will, list everything here. You can just pick for your case. So when we handle our data to working as a RAG, and also please consider your the security or access control stuff. First one, it's about your static data, because people will think, oh, it's just a PDF, I trunk it, embed it, that's it. Actually, no, for most of the PDF, it's very complicated, because the PDF, they include images, headings, titles, emails, pictures there. So how to scan this PDF to recognize such static data, it's another question. So that's why now we see a lot of the OCR open source framework or VLM, vision model, to handle the OCR stuff to help you to really correctly to recognize your PDF or other like slides or other like images, the static data. And for the dynamic data, you also need to consider the first one, security stuff or the PI privacy stuff, because I can just give an example. Before we created AI agent for like the cities library, right? We launched the AI agent for the library, but some people just ask about the question about the politics, right? About the stuff. So some topic is prohibited there, but they ask about that question. So no way we cannot make it run on the production. So we just offline it. So now, we need to consider about the security. Do your best to control the access about your AI agent, just to give like the part of the read or view the privileges for some certain tables or database. That's enough. That's okay. Yeah. So and for some of the cases, I mean, they will try to steal your system prompting through your AI agent. So therefore, you need to protect that part. I know currently a lot of the startup companies, they focus on this part. Like I know that before have some like the LLM firewall, such the kind of tool or service to guarantee that your users will not steal the system prompting through your AI agent and stuff. Yeah, so that's also the key part. Yeah, so the next part, I can give some the cases for my demo. You remember the first demo is customer support. The second demo is to treat the troubleshooter. So for the first one, it's very simple because the demo, I just use the Excel file that includes everything about my vehicles there and do some trunking stuff and to show that demo, but I put some the image link there. So therefore my AI agent can not just give your text stuff, I will also give your location about my images. So that makes the AI agent more interesting, not just the test stuff output. And the second one, it's a little bit complicated here because I need to use the requester's Jira record to get the content and use some the jargon repo because for example, your AI agent can not understand the evaluation of your like the OKR stuff, right? So you need to first explain some jargons to your AI agent, and then the model can use that explanation to answer a question. Right, so that's the second knowledge part. And third one is the QA repo because we actually have a lot of user questions. I know we can dig it because some of the answer from there, right? So that's the third part of the knowledge. And then the RAM book, the menu, and sometimes we found that the user's input is not enough. We will get more logins of the user's case, right? So when you do the workflow to get the data from different different places, and to give the final results. Yeah, so simple one and complicated one. There it's like the spectrum. Yeah.
Thank you, Trista. We talked about how agents use enterprise data with RAG. RAG keeps answers grounded in real facts, and it helps agents work more accurately and reliable. But good data alone is not enough, I think. In production, agents also call tools, run workflow, and it rank them with the real system. So we need a way to keep their behavior safe and predictable. So this brings us to the next part, making the multi-agent system safe. And one of the piece of safety is guardrail. Sorry. Okay. On this slide, you can see what guardrails do. Guardrails are safety measure applied to large language model to reduce harmful outputs and keep model behavior aligned with human values. They act as a programmable, rule-based layer that sit between the user and the large language model. So every request goes through the layer, and every response returns through the same layer. It checks input, checks the intent, and block or redirect anything that violates your rule. So guardrail makes sure your agents are not only smart and power, but also safe, controlled, and reliable in real production environment. Okay, there is a few main strategies, I think, for applying guardrail. First, just say no. If a request break a safety rule or system, stop it immediately. Second is do it with a warning. The agent can continue the task, but it has a clear safety note or disclaimer. Also, we can give a safe summarize instead of returning risky content. The agent share a short, harmless version that still answer the question and still response. And last, we can offer another options. The agent can rewrite the request or suggest a safer alternative that keep the user's intent without breaking policy. Okay, these strategies help agents stay useful while still stay safe. Okay, so how do we actually build these guardrails in product environment or in practice? I think the simple type is rule-based guardrails. They work like a filter. They look for certain words, phrases, or patterns, and block or replace anything that breaks the rule. This approach is fast, easy to maintain, and great for clear no cases. I mean, like removing personal data or blocking unsafe commands. Then we have metric-based guardrails. These don't rely on fixed keywords. Instead, they use signals like hallucination, score, or other risky metrics to judge whether a response looks unsafe. This is more flexible and help us to catch subtle issue that maybe rule-based method might miss. Okay. The next type of guardrail is large language model-based guardrail. These are more, I think, advanced because they used another model to check the request before anything happens. We call it a helper model, yes. The helper model looks at user's intent. If it detects malicious intents, unsafe infrastructure, or anything that break business rule, it stops the request before the main agent even see it. This works like a semantic safety filter. So instead of only checking keyword, the helper model understands what the user is actually trying to do. If the intent is safe, the request move on the maintained large language model and other tools. If not, the system block the action and return a safe response. This adds a deeper layer or protection, especially for a complex prompts where simple rules are not enough. Okay, now let's put everything together and walk through a guardrail workflow. On this slide, you see two color paths. The purple path shows what happens without guardrail. The user sends prompt, the large language model processes it directly, and the output goes straight back to the users. It's very simple, but there's no protection at all. And the blue path shows what happened with guardrail added. This flow has two safety checkpoints you can see. The first one is input guard. It checks the incoming request for things like personally identify informations and off-topic prompts or jailbreak attacks. If something looks unsafe, the system block it or rewrite it before it reached the model. Then the large language model, as usual, run and reason and prepare the response. Before the answer go back to the user, we have output guard. Its guard look for hallucinations, profanity, competitor monitors, and other risk content, I think. If needed, it adjusts the response to make it safe. So the workflow becomes safe input, agent reasoning, and safe output. We can control input and output with safety models. So this is a story of Gario. I would like to say make multiple agent system safe is not an add-on. I think it's a core part of the architecture. It's what allows agents to operate in real production environment with trust, consistency, and confidence. So after the safety story, now let's zoom out and wrap up everything we learned today. So Trispa, I know you have built so many real agents in your production. So what's the key takeaways you want everyone here to leave with?
Yeah. So that's our last slide. Yeah. So congratulations. You stay here for the last one. Yeah. Congratulations. So for the key takeaways, actually, the first one that AI agents is not so or everything about your model training stuff. So for most people, before it's not like the natural language or model trainer stuff, you can consider the AI agent because now we need to use AI to solve people's pain point. The second one, because AI agent is software, so DevOps, that's the theorem, is also applying for AI agent stuff. Don't oversee the operations of your AI agent. And third one, about your rack stuff, you can see my case, simple one and complicated one. But I guess for most people, can just from small or from some of the simple one, especially for your single agent and multi-agent stuff. First try the static or workflow or single agent for your case, and then about the complicated one. Yeah, security, it's another big topic. We actually didn't show too much about it, but please don't ignore it. It's very important. Yeah, so that's all about today. Thanks, guys.